South Korea's Ministry of Defense said that its destroyer had arrived near the Strait of Hormuz. The ministry stated it was carrying out a mission to ensure the safety of our nationals. The warship is the Chungmugong Yi Sun Sin class destroyer, Choi Young. This move comes after Iran had seized the Hankuk Chemi, a South Korean registered tanker in Gulf waters. Choi Young, which was conducting a mission in waters near Oman, was dispatched to the strait upon news of the MT Hankuk Chemi's seizure. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why Iran should be afraid of South Korea's Choi Young destroyer positioned near the Strait of Hormuz. Let's get into the details. This video is sponsored by the free-to-play military vehicle combat game War Thunder. We talk a lot about military vehicles on this channel, but what about trying them out for yourself? In War Thunder, you can choose from more than 1,200 playable vehicles from the 1930s to the 1990s and go to battle on more than 80 theaters of war. You can fly aircraft, helicopters, drive tanks, and command ships of all types and sizes, which have been carefully recreated from their real-world counterparts. It's available as a free download on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. So grab your friends and give it a try. All viewers of Defense Updates that register using the link in the description below will also get a free premium tank, aircraft, or ship and 3 days of premium account time as a bonus. Tensions between the two countries have been fermenting for some time. It's due to Iranian funds being frozen in South Korean banks because of U.S. sanctions. According to Abdolnazar Hemati, governor of the Central Bank of Iran, the country has $7 billion of deposits in South Korea that can neither be transferred nor do we get any returns on, while they ask us for the costs of holding the funds. Iran said that the Hankuk Chemi, which was carrying 7,200 tons of ethanol, had infringed maritime environmental laws. Iranian state TV reported that Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, had captured the vessel because it was allegedly polluting the Gulf with chemicals. Iranian authorities all but indicated that the real reason for impounding the ship was the withholding of funds. It's also to be noted that South Korea was a major importer of Iranian oil until May 2020, after which it stopped those purchases because of the pressure from the Trump administration. Images posted by Iran's semi-official Tasnim agency showed IRGC Guard speedboats escorting the tanker. Iran has invested in these kinds of small vessels and has developed strategies to deploy them effectively in the strait. In a September 11, 2008 report, the Washington Institute for the Near East Policy said that in the 2 decades since the Iraqi-imposed war on Iran, the IRGC has excelled in naval capabilities and is able to wage unique, asymmetric warfare against larger naval forces. The tanker had no chance to escape once the Iranians decided to impound it. There are reportedly 20 crew members on board the South Korean-flagged vessel, including 5 South Koreans, 11 Myanmar nationals, 2 Indonesians, and 2 Vietnamese. ROKS Choe Young is the 6th and last warship of the Chungmugong Yi Sun Sin class. Chungmugong Yi Sun Sin class destroyers are multi-purpose destroyers of the Republic of Korea Navy. Chungmugong Yi Sun Sin class destroyers were the 2nd class of ships to be produced in the Republic of Korea Navy's destroyer mass production program named Korean Destroyer Experimental, which paved the way for the Navy to become a blue water Navy. 6 ships were launched by Hyundai Heavy Industries and Daewoo Shipbuilding and Marine Engineering in 4 years. ROKS Choi Young has a length of 150 meters or 492 feet 2 inches and displays around 5,500 tons. The warship is capable of reaching speeds of 30 knots or 56 kilometers per hour or 35 miles per hour. The electronics suite includes one Raytheon AN SPS 49 52D long-range radar (LRR), one Thales Netherland MW08 target indication 3D radar (TIR), two Thales Netherland STIR 240 fire control radars with OT-134A continuous wave illumination (CWI) transmitters, an SLQ-200 5K Sonata electronic warfare system, and a KD-COM-2 combat management system, which is derived from the Royal Navy Type 23 frigates SSCS combat management system. BAE Systems WDS Mark 14, originally developed for the U.S. Navy's new threat upgrade, evaluates threats, prioritizes them, and engages them in order with SM-2. The ship has a 32-cell Mark 41 VLS for SM-2 Block 3A area air defense missiles. SM-2 Block 3 has a range of around 100 miles or 160 kilometers. The Block 3 upgrades focused on developing an advanced capability against lower altitude targets and entered service in 1981. The Block 3A variant, which entered service in 1991, allowed interception of incoming threats at even lower altitudes than the standard Block 3. Choi Young also has 32 indigenous VLS named KVLS for K-ASROC Red Shark anti-submarine missile and Hyunmoo-3 land attack cruise missiles. The Red Shark missile has a range of 12 miles or 19 kilometers and carries a K-745 Blue Shark torpedo that's deployed by parachute near the intended target. After release, the Blue Shark independently searches for the target. Hyunmoo-3 has a speed of 1.2 Mach and has a maximum range of 1,500 kilometers or 932 miles, depending on the variant. Apart from these, one 21-round RAM inner-layer defense missile launcher, one 30mm Goalkeeper close-in weapon system, one Mark 45 Mod 4 127mm gun, 8 Harpoon anti-ship missiles, and 2 triple 324mm anti-submarine torpedo tubes are present. There are several passages in the world's oceans that are strategic in nature. The Strait of Hormuz is one of them. The Strait of Hormuz is a strait between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. It provides the only sea passage from the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. It's one of the world's most important shipping lanes. Around 33% of the world's liquefied natural gas and almost 20% of total global oil production passes through the strait, making it one of the most important sea routes. Because of its narrow width, it's kind of a choke point. Small missile boats and fast attack vessels, which can maneuver easily in these waters, can be used to harass large warships as well as commercial vessels. South Korea is one of the globe's top 10 oil importers. According to South Korean news outlet Yonhap, an average of 6 South Korean flagged ships transit the strait in one direction or the other every day. Choi Young is a very competent deterrent against any potential attempts by the Iranian forces to capture any more South Korean vessels that pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.